We honour the First Peoples of Australia, their unbroken ties to Aboriginal law, culture, and customs. We respect the traditional owners of the lands and waters we inhabit and acknowledge their elders past and present. We celebrate the enrichment of Aboriginal communities around Australia. We recognise the lasting impact of colonisation and dispossession. We salute those who have fought for the rights of First Peoples. Their legacy is our guiding light today and always.
I can't take it anymore!
Good afternoon, good evening, good day, and good morning, Blurtstars, wherever you are around the world. You are listening to the new Blurt.
You absolutely are listening to the new Blurt. Hi, I'm Keely, a.k.a. the Kegster, coming to you from the traditional lands of the Wurundjeri people, part of the Kulin Nation. Sovereignty was never ceded, always has been, and always will be Aboriginal land. Tonight, it is 8:41 p.m. By the time we're recording this on the 11th of August, 2026. So things may have changed by the time you sit down to listen to the pod in your leisure time, as it were, or at work when you're trying to, just Skype off in the corner or something. We totally endorse that here at the Blurt. Okay, so tonight, Blurt Around the World, our global segment, is bursting with news that you don't want to miss, and that news is there is a solar eclipse in Greenland tomorrow, hence our title, which is now you see it, now you don't look up, because as we know, POTUS over there is a bit of a fuckwit, and last time they had a solar eclipse, he looked straight at it, and most people were hoping he'd go blind or something, but it's like Teflon Don. Just nothing happens. It's just incredible. I don't even know if he's human anymore. Anyway, enough of that. And we're going to talk about data centers as well, but we're going to do it via the medium of song by a magnificent artist who you may or may not have heard of. And on positive news this week, if you have been living under a rock and haven't been listening to the Blurt, well, more for you. We do positive news, what went right this week. We do it every week. And this week, I will tell you what went right when we get there. And Wency is going to talk about the Australian musician and comedian who was nominated for an Emmy. And I have no idea who that is, but I am looking forward to finding out. And surprising discoveries during a heat wave in Europe. Again, very intriguing. After that, we're going to have On This Day. And On This Day is, just something happened on this day. It could be on this day in one particular year, on this day, one particular year, one particular sport, one particular piece of art, whatever the situation is. Wency's talking about, I think, actually, I don't know. I actually don't know. He's talking about stuff on this day, but I don't know what it is. What I can tell you I'm talking about is different things that happened in history, right back in history, into BC times even. So, yeah, a couple of things happened. Be interesting how they work out in BC, how it's the 11th of August of, 3000 BC or whatever. Anyway, I digress. After that, we're going to have Green There, Done That. That is our Green Initiatives segment on the new Blurt. And Wency, who has talked about EVs before, is talking about EVs again, and that's okay because we need to keep talking about it. EV and hybrid car sales jumped significantly in the first half of 2026. Not surprised by that, considering the price of fuel gone through the roof because of our genius over there in the US of A. Okay, and then I'm going to talk about Singapore's Green Plan, which is a green architectural plan. They're looking across all of Singapore. I think it's meant to be by 2030, and I'll deep dive into that a little bit more again when we get there. But before we do, I need to introduce to you the co-hosters with the mosters, as I always do. And so,
Hey, get my cup again. Hey. And another round of applause. Thank you very much. Thank you. Alrighty. All right, settle down. All right, that's enough. Okay, yep. Thank you. All right, I get it. I've got it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Class dismissed. They're too kind. Way too kind. Love it. But before I do begin, I do want to acknowledge the Turrbal and Yagara people as the traditional custodians of the land on which I'm recording today, and pay my respects to the elders past and present, and celebrate their rich history, storytelling, and ongoing cultural connection they still hold with this land, and remind everyone sovereignty was never ceded. We are still on stolen ground.
We are, my friend. We are indeed, and beautifully said as always.
Thank you.
How you been, my friend? You're looking a bit perkier this week. I know you're a little bit flat last week. I think a few things happening here and there, etc. But you seem a bit perkier because your cheeks look a bit redder.
Yes, because I've got the heater on. That's why they're a little bit rosier.
So, people that listen to the show may not know, but Wency's up in Brisbane, which is notoriously fucking hot. And I'm in Melbourne, which I whinge about being notoriously fucking cold. But we do get very hot down here as well. But
Yes.
Wency is historically, I believe it should be warm there, shouldn't it, at the moment?
It should be at the moment. But of course, as you know, anything below 20 is cold for me these days. So
That's true. So what have you got? So what have you got down there at the moment there?
Well, if you
Up
believe
there, I should say, sorry.
the weather outside it feels like it's 16. But
You've got 16.
16, but inside the house it actually feels colder, which is really annoying because
Yes,
I'm sure if I
that's
was walking
that would be
outside,
annoying.
it would be quite nice.
Yeah. Well, I can say, if I can get the weather here, it is, here we go. What do we got? Just waiting for it to pop itself up. Here we go. We have got, ooh, okay. Well,
Okay.
11.
Oh, nearly single digits. Give it a couple more hours, I'm sure.
Canberra's got 7.
Oh, yeah, nah.
That's such an interesting cat of a place, Canberra. It gets so stupidly hot in summer, and they have those fires, etc. And then it gets down to this freezing temperatures as well. It's a little bit crazy, but
As long as you turn up the temperature when I'm there in 2 weeks' time, I think it's 2.5 weeks. Please,
yes,
I'll be very
it's
grateful.
not too long. It's definitely not too long. Well, I can't. I'm not the weather police, but we'll see how we go.
Yeah.
Inside the house, you'll be fine. Inside the house, you'll
Yes.
be fine. We've got plenty of blankets. You'll be okay. You'll be all right.
Or we can just cuddle up together.
Oh, look, it wouldn't be the first time. Okay, so with that, this. Blurt around the world, around the world, around the world, around the world, around the world. Blurt around the world, around the world, around the world, around the world, around the world. It absolutely is Blurt around the world. And I'm just going to start with, I might just do this straight away, actually, because it's a nice way to start. So we've been talking about AI, and we have been talking about AI a lot on this show for a long time. And there's a very good reason for doing that, because there's so much, AI crap going on. I've been at an AI conference all day today. I'm sure where I'm going tomorrow, they'll talk about AI, and the day after, they'll talk about freaking AI. And we can't get away from it. So I thought through the meaning of music by Elle Cordova, who I believe is a doctor. But she's so stupidly talented, it's ridiculous. If you haven't heard of Elle Cordova, I'm sure you'll catch up with her after you've listened to this. This is just a little bit of what she does. What she does a lot of the time is she does these magnificent little sketches, which are just brilliantly orchestrated, and she pretends that she may be part of the body. So she might be like 5 of her, and she'll be each organ of the body, and then she'll get each one of her to talk to each one being the organ, or she'll do it a different way. It might be in sort of mental health speak or something, and she'll be getting ADHD to talk. Yeah, she's super smart. And and she's so young as well. It's just phenomenal. But yeah, she's a cracker. Anyway, Elle Cordova, data centers.
Here come the billionaires now. They bought the land at the edge of your town. They built a copper-veined kraken the size of Manhattan to train up their brain in the cloud. 'Cause they're running a new kind of race, and it moves at a terrible pace. There's no time for laws when you're building a god. Sign the bill and cut the tape and get out of the way. Now the power grid strains underneath the demands of insatiable beasts, so they upgrade the lines on the ratepayers' dime, and it roars through the night while you sleep. With gas and with coal they pollute, in an unending quest for compute. But the future's not set. There are rules, rights, and tech for a world that's built to bloom instead of burn on fossil fuels. Now this is not preordained, it's not a runaway train. Both hands on the wheel. We get to decide on the terms that we sign in this deal. Our future, our deal.
Yep, that pretty much sums up data centers, doesn't it?
She does. She is a genius. She's an absolute genius. That's just like an offshoot of what she does. As I say, most of the time she does some sort of sketches that are just super. Yeah, but she does do a few of those with a friend of hers who's a really good musician as well. So yeah, if you can catch her up, Elle Cordova. There you go.
Looking forward to seeing. Where is she on? What platforms?
Insta. She's very much on Insta, but she's got quite a bit on YouTube as well. I think she's got quite a few followers. Yeah.
Of course, we'll have the links in the show notes as always.
Absolutely, as always. Over to you, my friend.
Alrighty. I want to quickly talk about we've spoken about this topic because it is quite distressing, especially for those living through it. The heat wave that's happening in Europe, and it's breaking all sorts of records. Not just Europe, even Asia, just basically the Northern Hemisphere, is cooking. It's cooking so much that the rivers in Europe have dropped considerably because of the drought and everything else that's happening. And interestingly, what has happened is the lowering of these rivers have exposed certain things that we haven't seen in decades, if not millions of years. Let me explain.
Okay.
I'm going to share this page. Correct. So here is a World War II Nazi ship that has been exposed in the Danube River. Exactly right. So it's dropped that much that, all these...
You are fucking kidding me.
Yeah. So apparently in World War II, these ships, around about 200 Nazi ships were sunk on purpose with the intention of slowing the Soviets from getting into Germany. I don't think it worked.
But as a result, because they sunk them all, they're all spread across rivers in Europe, but this one is now exposed.
So are you saying they sunk these ships with no one on them?
With no one on them, for the sole purpose of trying to slow the Soviet battleships that were coming after them. So
why did they think that would work?
I don't know. Their
Were
thought
they
process at
stacking
the
them
time.
up, or
Possibly.
Yeah.
I mean, crazy, right?
Well, the
here's some
ocean.
more.
I mean, Jesus. Anyway.
Yeah. So here's some more ships.
Wreckage.
Just
Yeah.
scrolling through this page on the ABC website.
Yeah.
The other thing that's interesting
crazy.
is they've discovered a woolly mammoth, they believe, a tusk from a woolly mammoth.
Holy
just
crap.
See there. Let me just zoom that in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
That one and
did they age it?
They haven't yet. It's only just happened recently, so I assume that will be done. Yeah, so that's why the photo that's in view at the moment is part of the jawbone, they believe.
And what are we looking at right now, Wency?
Yeah, jawbone.
Oh, is that jawbone?
Jawbone, these two pieces in the center of the page.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Jawbone of woolly mammoth. That's the belief. So,
we will hold you to that for follow-up.
Yeah.
To get the dates on those when they're ready.
There you go. There's you can see that in this photo the the size of the those fossils compared to this gentleman who's searching for more pieces. A bridge was blocked from being used because there was some unexploded or fear of unexploded bombs at the bottom of the bridge. So they've closed that off while they...
Where is this? Sorry, Wency, where is this?
So this one is also in the Danube, I believe. Margaret Bridge in Budapest.
Budapest. Okay.
Yeah.
That castle in the background is absolutely phenomenal.
Isn't it?
What?
One reason why I'd love to go live in Europe, just to explore all these places.
Oh, I've been to Budapest. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah. So you can see here.
Oh my God.
The Rhine River in France. It's dropped.
Shit.
What's that? We reckon it's about 4 or 5 meters.
Oh God, man. I can't believe it's dropped that much.
Yeah. It's literally at the riverbed. That's how far it's gone. All the way to the bottom. So yeah, it's just devastating what this heat wave is doing.
And it's still going, yeah?
Still going, yeah. So
what sort of weather are they getting at the moment right now?
That I haven't looked at, to be honest, but I'm sure it's still pretty fucking hot.
That's incredible, man. That's incredibly not good.
No. But they are the times, and that's what's happening in Europe. I'm sure there'll be similar stories across other places around the world, Northern Hemisphere. But yeah, I thought that when I saw those photos, and I thought, oh my goodness, that's just amazing what has been discovered because of the water shortage.
I think with the Nazi wreckage surfacing, that's just crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Yeah. Something else not quite as crazy, but sort of in Europe-ish, I suppose. Total solar eclipse, Greenland tomorrow, August the 12th. It'll sweep across the globe, treating lucky viewers in parts of Greenland, Iceland, northern Russia, and Spain to breathtaking celestial show. In Bilbao in Spain, Palma and Zaragoza and Valencia, where the oranges come from.
The other orange.
And the other orange. And Western Iceland, including Reykjavik, which I've always wanted to go to, and eastern Greenland. So you might still catch a partial eclipse in other parts of Europe, including the UK, Ireland, and Portugal, if you are lucky. So the reason it's a big deal, it's because it lasts for 2 minutes and 18 seconds in some locations. And it's the first total solar eclipse in Europe since 2015.
Okay.
So
Long time
it's
between drinks.
Yeah, it's a long time. It's a long
Pardon the
time.
pun, considering what they're going through at the moment.
Yes, well, they probably want a few drinks, I imagine. So, but talking about that, I gather they had a few drinks at the Emmys.
Yes. So this is a very famous Australian musician. He started off as a comedian, but he also plays music, and that was his comedic act. Plays the piano.
Do I know him?
Yes, very famous, extremely famous. So Australian male, plays the piano. He was a comedian. Plays the piano. He's an actor.
It's an actor.
He starred in Californication, played Atticus Fitch. He played Lucky Flynn in the Australian series Upright. He has been in the production of Jesus Christ.
Timmy Baby.
Yes, Tim Minchin.
I didn't even think of Tim Minchin. It didn't. Because you're right about the piano, but he can play multiple instruments. So
he does, but that's what he's most recognised for, I think.
Yes,
barefooted most of the time when he's playing.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. Yeah, like he's wearing any clothes at all, really. But
yeah, exactly.
but it's so funny because we were just talking about him this morning. Had nothing to do with the Emmys. We were just talking about him because we're talking about musicals. Actually, last night it was. We had a friend, one of India's friends, come over, and we were just talking about musicals, etc. And we were talking about Matilda, etc. And we said, "Oh, Tim Minchin, you must know who Tim Minchin is, etc., etc." And we've talked about a few things. So, well, that's quite ironic. So, but carry on. I'm really interested.
So he is part of a team that has been nominated for an Emmy Award for an Outstanding Commercial of 2026.
A commercial?
A commercial, yes. So as you just mentioned, Tim Minchin has done many plays. He created Matilda, the musical, to show a video or that advert.
Beautiful.
You might want a tissue. It is very moving and a very beautiful ad. Goes for 2 minutes 50. I do want to show it all because it is very remarkable, and you'll understand what I mean by that.
Cool, fantastic.
Just a moment.
Awesome.
Dear student, congratulations. You have been accepted into the undergraduate.
I want to go to college.
Starting route to lecture hall.
I'm not remarkable. I'm just finding my way.
Turn left.
It's not a walk in the park, but baby, I got the grades. Don't want to be admired. I'm not your inspiration. If you want to be inspired, there's a library down the hall. Have you noticed admiration sometimes smells a bit like pity? I can be strong, I get stuff wrong. I don't always talk so pretty.
I'm not remarkable, not heroic or brave. I've got no superpowers. I can't even do the stupid equation.
I'm not remarkable, and neither are you. We all have toes. We all look funny in the news. I've got a face, I've got a place, I've got a life, I've got a name. And I need stuff, and you need stuff, and all our stuff is not the same.
And some days I get so tired. She gets grumpy. She gets bossy.
Yeah, well, I have a special need. I call it coffee.
Do I have to be remarkable? I'm just having a try. I'm not fragile or indestructible, and like everyone, I sometimes cry. And I'm not like the rest, but then the rest of you aren't like the rest either. I'm not a saint, I'm not a sinner, I'm not a loser, I'm not a winner.
I'm not more and I'm not less. I'm just your average human mess.
I'm not remarkable, and neither are you.
I'm not remarkable, and neither are you. We've all got turns. I don't. We all look gorgeous in the
Take
mirror.
picture.
I've got a face, I've got a place, I've got a life, I've got a name, and I need stuff, and you need stuff, and all our stuff is not the same. And we will strive, and we will fail, and we'll get hurt, but we'll prevail. And it'll be joyous, and it'll suck, and I'll be lonely, and I'll be loved. And on the way, we will discover we're not the same, but we're not the other. There's a life out there that I refuse to miss. I'm only remarkable because everybody is.
Almost. Well, I'm a bit
That-
teary again.
Yeah, I'm the same as you. I'm exactly the same as you. That's well,
Yeah,
that is remarkable. It might not have
It is
been, but
remarkable, isn't it?
the ad is, yeah, and it's got Tim written all over it. That's so Tim.
It is, isn't it?
The whole jaunty and all the sort
The
of
play on
rhyming,
words,
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
rhyming, and
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
got his signature all over it.
the whole
And
sentiment. Yeah,
for those who are listening on the podcast, it is an advert for Apple products because of
Yeah.
the accessibility that they have designed into their devices, whether it's an iPad, iPhones, Macs, etc. But yeah, this is just a great example of that even people with disabilities can and are normal, just like us. They're not remarkable, just like we're not remarkable, and yeah, just like the song says. I just
it's
found it moving, loved it.
it's.
I hope they win
it's-
that category now.
Yeah, absolutely. So he's been nominated, but not necessarily hasn't won yet. Is that right?
Correct. The Emmy Awards is on the 14th of September this year, so yeah, won't find out until then. But
Right.
it's not just him; it's him and a team of writers and everyone who produced.
Oh well,
that,
they
that
would have done all
advert.
the. Yeah, I mean, I doubt he would have done the choreography, but
Yeah, exactly.
but I would have thought he would have written music. But yeah, the whole
Mm.
ad is just phenomenal. So
Isn't it?
that's
So,
that's crazy. Oh well, that's brought some wonderfulness to the show tonight, Wednesday. That was
Yeah,
very
yeah.
good, very good. I'm
Thank
going
you.
to close with some positive news as well.
Excellent.
And it is this one, which is what went right this week. Well, what went right is the EU, as I have said before on the show, who is far better at regulating AI and thinking about the consequences and what they can actually do about it. Europe's much better at doing that sort of stuff. I believe in France, they're trying to outlaw Windows. They're trying to get everyone to go to Linux, which is
Windows. I thought you were talking about the what you find in buildings. So it's like you're trying to get them. What? They want to live in the dark ages?
That's very funny. That is very funny. No, I'm talking about EU's AI Act. It's now in force, and it introduces strict transparency rules for AI systems. Companies must disclose when users interact with AI and label AI-generated content, text, audio, visuals. That is fucking brilliant. That is so good. So what they're talking about is they're talking about when you listen or read or watch something, it will need to be disclosed that it was made by AI.
Yeah,
So
that's
that
good.
will give you the choice to whether you want to keep watching or not. Now, a classic example of that is that Val Kilmer movie that you reviewed on here a while ago.
It works for me, yeah.
And I would imagine that there's probably a shitload of AI in the Odyssey as well. Oh, it's Chris Nolan, so it might not be.
No, there is no AI. There's computer generation and like
I was going to
that
say
type of stuff in the
actually
movie.
when I
But
thought about
yeah,
it,
there's
because Chris
definitely no AI in
Nolan's
that one.
quite against it, I think. So
Yeah, I think he is.
now
on
I'm
it.
thinking I will crack on with this, but I'm thinking very much so about going to the Odyssey. And I know I have to find 4 hours in my day, but are you still highly recommending it? I mean, I know it's just
Hell
made
yeah.
$1.2 billion.
What?
Yeah,
At the billion mark worldwide.
already.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely watch it. Well, that's a good point. Tomorrow's a public holiday. Maybe I should go see the 70mm version.
Yes, you said you wanted to do that.
Just haven't made the time. Might have to do that tomorrow.
Well, if it's cold and it's a bit crappy, why not? So, anyway, fines for non-compliance can reach up to 15 million euro, or 3% of global turnover, whichever is higher.
Nice.
That's pretty good. The goal is to ensure that AI is understandable, trustworthy, and safe for citizens of business. Why the fuck can't we do something like that here? Why is it so hard? This is why I like the EU.
The culprits.
Yeah, this is why I like the EU. Supporters praised the move for combating AI slop, and critics argue it doesn't ban training AI on copyrighted work. Oh, that's a bit shit. Yes, okay, that's a little bit of a gap there. We'll have to follow this. Skeptics warn that over-labeling, we know who the skeptics will be, for filtered photos or spell-checked emails could make disclaimers meaningless. Maybe. But at least they're having a crack, and that's a hell of a lot more than what a lot of other countries are doing. So I think that's pretty cool.
It is. Thank you for bringing that to our attention. That's very important.
Absolutely, it is indeed.
Oh, as a reminder, Mistral is one of the AI companies that comes from Europe that you could use and will be probably compliant to those new rules.
Yes, it probably absolutely will be. And I use Mistral all the time. Okay. It's the only AI I use on my phone. I don't use any apart from Ecosia. Ecosia's got an AI as well. You brought both of those to the show, and I use both of them. With that, this.
The Australia Institute produces high-quality research that has real-world impact, whether it's revealing the $10.3 billion in fossil fuel subsidies provided by federal and state governments last year, or our long-standing research advocating for a federal anti-corruption commission with real teeth. We change minds. To donate, head on over to australiainstitute.org.au.
When you give blood, you're more than just a blood donor. You're the lifeblood of Australia. Search Give Blood and book your donation with Australian Red Cross Lifeblood today. Give life. Give blood.
On this day,
on this day, I am going to go through some famous birthdays that have happened on this day. Hulk Hogan, you might remember as a World Wrestling Federation sportsman.
I do.
Sports people.
I do. And after his nutbaggery with the POTUS, I've got this method for him because I think he'd be very on board with this.
AK-47. When you absolutely, positively got to kill every mother in the room, except no substitutes.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he ended up on the wrong side of politics for us and became a bit of a nut job.
For anyone that actually wants a peaceful, loving world, Just yeah, he's dead.
Yeah,
Isn't
he did. He passed away last year. So
yeah, good.
yeah. So well, rest in peace. But yeah, politics didn't quite match what I believed in. So, but anyway, 1950, Steve Wozniak, co-founder of Apple, was born. He's now 76.
That name rang a bell. Yeah, I thought that rang a bell.
Yeah. Another one, Chris Hemsworth, the Aussie.
Oh, it's his birthday on the 11th of August.
In 1983. So that makes him, what's that, 33?
43.
43.
I was
43,
say,
sorry.
40. He's got to be 43. There's no way he's 33.
It's too young.
So,
that's right.
Yeah. 17, 26, 43. Yeah.
His star signs are Leo. His Chinese zodiac's a pig. He has starred in. Hey, that's who he is. He decided to be born on the 11th of August, so he is a pig.
It's spoken and authorized by Wenty.
By myself. Yes, that's all authorized by me. He obviously starred and stars as Thor in the various Marvel Universe movies, Thor, the Avengers, etc., etc. Speaking of Hemsworth, the other Hemsworth,
Liam, yep, who I really like,
and Miley Cyrus announced their separation on this day in 2019.
I was going to say I didn't even know they were together.
Yeah, same. They were married for just under a year. They'd been together for about 10 years when they were both teenagers.
That's a good-looking couple, I tell you.
Yeah, they couldn't make cute kids too.
No.
But yeah, they just had on and off again relationship over the years. So it wasn't quite a surprise, but
I absolutely adored him in The Dressmaker with Kate Winslet. Yeah, if you haven't seen The Dressmaker, you definitely got to do that. Yeah.
Interesting.
Magnificent.
That wasn't a birthday, but that was just because it was about Hemsworth. I thought I'd bring that one for anyone who's interested in gossip. Also in 1879, a famous birth was Enid Blyton.
Oh, 1879, hey? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
The beloved author of series such as The Famous Five, The Secret
Golden
Seven,
Book series.
Mallory Towers, Noddy. But did you know she had a pen name that she authored several books under?
I did, but I can't remember. What was the name?
Mary Pollock. So Mary was her middle name and Pollock was her husband's name. So she took on that as a pen name.
And did she do adult books under that name, Mary Pollock?
I believe so. Three Boys in a Circus and The Children of Kiddlin.
Oh.
That's how you pronounce it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And on a sad note, a couple of notable deaths on this day, 2022. Anne Hesh, actress of star of Bonnie Drasko, Jura, and Volcano.
I really
She
liked
died
Anne
at the age of
Hesh.
53.
Did she die in a plane accident or something?
Or very close, car accident.
Yeah, that was tragic.
Untimely.
I remember that.
Yeah, very. I think it was a fiery car crash from what I read as well. So yeah, not a great way to go.
No, I liked Anne.
And
Hesh.
the other one,
good.
yeah, she's a really good actress. Yeah,
cracker
on those movies. Don't know if I ever saw her in anything else, but yeah. And the other notable death is, and this has really hit me when he died, Robin Williams in 2014. He died on this day.
Yeah, that
age
absolutely
75.
smacked me to death. I did a lot of crying on that one.
Yeah, same. It's one of the few famous actors that I wouldn't say I bawled my eyes out, but it did bring a lot of tears and just heartbreak for days.
I was a bit out of sorts for a while too. I was, like you, a massive Robin Williams fan from Mork, from Ork, from right through to all his films and
his stand-up comedy.
And just for me, and I can't remember if he won. I don't know if he won a Oscar for it or not, but his role in Good Will Hunting, I'll just never forget. It was just amazing. That role.
The other movie I really loved of his was, I think it was called Photo Booth.
Oh, I think you mean 1 Hour Photo.
That's it. 1 Hour Photo. That's what I knew. It had something to do with photos.
Scary.
Oh my God. Very scary.
But brilliant. Absolutely sensational.
Yeah.
He did another crackover one with, obviously Missed Doubtfire, but he did one with Robert De Niro, where Robert De Niro plays a mentally affected guy in a mental hospital, I believe. I can't remember what it's called, but look it up. If I can find it, I'll put it in the show notes. But it's a cracker of a movie, absolute, just brilliant, sensational. And then, that's the thing. As soon as you start thinking about Robin Williams' movie, you just go, "Oh, that was the best movie," and you go, "Oh no, but that was pretty good too." And then that was pretty good. He had so many awesome movies,
Yeah. Awakenings. Is that the movie?
Yes, Awakenings. Yeah, sensational. Yeah. Absolute cracker. Reflect that. Really, really good. And then I loved him in the one where he plays a Dr. Clown?
Oh, Dr. Doolittle?
No.
Not
Dr. Doolittle. I can't remember what it's called, but I know exactly which one I'm talking about. But that's just one of my all-time favorite movies. I love that as well. I've watched it a lot of times. But okay.
Cool. We'll get to it. Give me a second. Not Mrs. Doubtfire.
No. It's I'll tell you who it is in a minute. Yes, Patch Adams.
Patch Adams. Yes, that was based on a real story too.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. And as I say, I've watched that quite a few times. I cried a lot in that as well. But yeah, he's just done so many fantastic movies. So yeah, it is a real shame to have lost him when we lost him. But also there was things at the time that we didn't know about him either.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, we must crack on.
Yes. That's all of my notable births, deaths, and gossip for this day. Over to you, my friend.
Gossip. Okay, beautiful. So, in this modern era of 3114 BC, the start date of the Mesoamerican long count calendar traditionally used by the Maya civilization. That's when it started.
Interesting. I wonder what that looks like the formatting. And
maybe I'll put that in as homework. Just for you.
Sorry.
Just for you.
Did they have zodiacs as well?
I know you're asking fucking questions. Okay, let me just put this in there. Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be nice. But anyway. Okay. 1866, the Missouri Historical Society was founded by St. Louis, Missouri. In 1934, the first prisoners arrived at Alcatraz on this date, a maximum security federal prison in San Francisco Bay. Have you ever been to San Francisco?
No, love to go, but not when the Orange Turd's in power or anyone of that ilk.
Oh,
so it'll be a while before I get there.
Yeah, I don't think you or I are going to get there in a hurry in a long time. Regardless.
Sadly.
I don't think we'll get in. I'm positive I won't get in. Absolutely no chance in hell.
Especially if they're looking at socials and whatnot. It's like,
yeah. Shit, no chance in hell. But I went to Alcatraz back in probably 1997, something like that. And it was awesome. It was all shut down by then, et cetera, et cetera. But what they did is they did tours, and they could do like audio tours.
Oh, yeah.
And what they do is they shut you in a cage, like, where they'd be locked up. And then you'd have these headphones on, and they would play all these noises in it, and you shut your eyes, and all the sort of ambience and the noise and everything was like all these prisoners were around you, and you could hear all the conversation and everything, and you're in the cell that they would have been.
Yeah.
It was very eerie. It was very eerie, but very cool.
Interesting.
But very eerie. No, it was definitely interesting. No doubt about that. 1984, which was a very good novel, by the way. U.S.
Yes,
President Ronald Reagan made a controversial joke about bombing Russia during a microphone test. Don't know if you remember that. I was only 15. You'd be a little bit younger than that, so you probably don't remember it. I don't remember it.
No.
But he was a dickhead. I mean, he basically was an actor, sort of puppet being controlled by his administration. But at least his administration had a little bit of an idea. But his particular administration, he was the one who started, I believe he was the one who started the war on drugs.
That's a good war.
Well, not really, because the whole thing about the war on drugs was all racist. If you do the history, it was all racist.
Okay.
And I was just thinking about it. It actually, his wife, Nancy Reagan, she did an ad at the time, and she was saying, "Just say no to drugs," blah, 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 blah. And
because it's that easy.
Yeah, it is that easy. So I think it was either Billy, who is not Billie Jean King, there's Ella Fitzgerald and Aretha Franklin, and there's Billie Holiday. Is that right?
Yeah, sounds right.
I think so. Well, one of those three, it might have even been Nina Simone. I can't remember. One of those four had a drug issue back in I don't think it was the 80s. I think it was the 60s or whatever it was. And you know what they were like with segregation and all that sort of stuff in the States. Well, what they did was they started using sort of race baiting and getting, I think it was the CIA or the FBI, to track one of those four women every time they went people to see if they were doing drugs, et cetera, et cetera. And then they built this whole bullshit around war on drugs, but it was all racist based. It's it's amazing. It's amazing history to look up. But yeah, it's phenomenal. The amount of things, through history you go, and then you go, that was actually raised. Yeah, there you go.
Other intentions.
Yeah, it's incredible. 62, Vostok 3 was launched, followed by Vostok 4. Do you know about this?
I don't remember. I wasn't born at the time. It's 10 years prior to me.
I realise
yes,
that.
I am. I am aware of the
You do
Russians.
know about it? Okay, cool.
Getting up there.
Cool, because I don't.
Into space. Beating the Americans.
Yes, good. Anytime they beat the Americans, we're happy. Anyone, don't care who it is. August the 12th, marking the first time two spacecraft flew into orbit simultaneously. So that was back in 62. Okay, so this is my last one, and then we'll crack on. We'll have a break, and then we'll, as I say, we'll crack on with Green There, Done That. 1919. So this is just after World War One. Because when did World War One finish? In 17?
2018. So it's 14 to 18.
1918 was the last year of World
when
War
it
One.
finished.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when it ended.
So 1919, the Weimar Constitution was signed into law, and that officially created the first parliamentary democracy in Germany.
There you go.
So there you go.
Who was the head of that parliament? Was that Hitler still? Or did he take over soon after?
I would not have thought so. That's 1919. Oh, yeah, he wouldn't.
I thought he was in politics at that time.
No, Hitler wasn't 1919. Hitler was World War II.
Yeah, I know it's World War II, but I thought he got into...
No, he wasn't World War One because
I thought it was
he only
after.
started getting popular in 1933.
Okay, maybe I'm just getting the dates wrong.
he was in jail. This is the ironic thing. He was in jail in Germany as a younger officer, and then somehow, some way, he just got more popular. And by 1933, he started becoming a bit of an asshole. And then by the time the war started in 1939, he was the leader type thing. But no, there's no way. He wasn't. He wasn't World War One. No.
For some reason, I thought he had something to do with German
parliamentary democracy in Germany. I wouldn't have thought he'd be going near that. But you've given yourself some homework, so that's nice. Nice. Well done.
I knew I should have kept my mouth shut.
I love it when a plan comes together.
I think we need a show dedicated just to homework, because I think we're long overdue several homeworks over several episodes.
We are, but I am marking all this homework, so we'll be good to go. With that, there's.
Hey, this is Hannah Melville Ray from the Australia Institute. I'm listening to the new Blurt with Wency and the Kegster, and you should be too. It's on Tuesday nights, live from around 8 p.m.
Against it, but these fires are certainly not a function of climate change, they're just a function of life in Australia.
Why would a scientist want to change people's vote? I mean, this is you saw the spin over the past week as they drip-fed.
A poll that came out last month, which found 1 in 4 Americans is sceptical of all the effects of climate change and thinks this issue's been exaggerated.
It's cold. It was dug up.
You're listening to Green There, Done That on the new Blurt with Wency and the Kegster.
You are indeed. So I'm going to go and you can finish off, Wency. So Singapore Green Plan 2030, that's what I'm talking about tonight. It's a whole-of-nation movement to advance Singapore's sustainability agenda and achieve its long-term goal of net zero emissions. So they're still in the net zero emissions area.
Phase?
Yeah, definitely, 100%. As you know, or you may or may not know, I think they were thinking at some stage, even in the UK, about rolling back their net zero. I can't find the word I'm looking for, which is really annoying.
Emissions target?
Yeah, that'll work beautifully. Yeah,
okay.
The net zero emissions targets, yeah. I'm hoping that now they've got a new Prime Minister, Andy Burnham, that he will think twice before he does that sort of shit. Because that is a very, very bad thing to do. Anyway, Purpose of Vision, launched in February 2021. The Green Plan is a 10-year national sustainability agenda. So it's been going for a best part of 6 years. Sets up an ambitious and concrete target to strengthen Singapore's, no pun intended there, concrete, because they're using a lot of plants rather than concrete, under the UN's 2030 Sustainable Development Agenda. So the idea is to rally collective actions from citizens and businesses and the government to tackle climate change and drive sustainable development, which is, you hear this from a lot of businesses, et cetera. That's, they're trying to do that. Tackle climate change and drive sustainable development. But I don't believe it a lot of the time, but I would say that from this particular perspective, Singapore has definitely got a comprehensive plan. And as I say, they're 6 years into it, so I tend to believe them. There are 5 key pillars. The plan is structured around 5 interconnected pillars, each targeting a critical area of transformation. So target is 50% of the buildings to be green certified by 2030, for Singapore, that's not bad. If you've ever been to Singapore, it's very hard to find a green space.
Yeah.
It's such a tiny
They've got
place.
a nice gardens.
Yeah,
at
the
Marina
Singapore
by the
Gardens
Bays.
is lovely. I agree totally.
Yeah.
So, and talking about that, they're expanding the Singapore green spaces and biodiversity by expanding the parks and the gardens and the urban forests. So
Nice.
they're encouraging eco-friendly lifestyles through education, incentives, community initiatives, which is a far cry from when I was there in 1996, when they sort of had these massive air conditioners sort of hanging half out of the window. And, and just all of this 1980s or 90s. I don't even know whose apartment I was in. I can't remember. But the whole apartment had so much boomboxy stuff in it, so much hi-fi equipment. And it was all, pretty high quality too. But then when you look around, it was like super dodgy chairs, super dodgy tables, super dodgy everything. But all this really expensive hi-fi, you're like, who am I staying with? I'm not sure.
Well, their priorities. They're a bit of an audiophile by the sounds of it.
Well, definitely. But, I mean, they lived in a really, really dodgy area as well. I remember now, the only reason I was there is because that's where my mate lived. And he'd been living there for a while. And, it was a bit of an eye-opener, it's got to be said. But anyway, energy reset, transition to cleaner energy sources, including solar power and renewables. So their target is a 2 gigawatt peak for solar energy by 2030, which is a lot for Singapore because it's only a tiny little place.
Yeah.
So, I've
Which
heard
makes
some
it
of
easy for them too, I guess, to meet those targets as opposed to a country like Australia that is massive in area, and the cities are spread out. All the capital cities are very spread out. It makes it harder, I think.
Well, imagine the amount of Singapores you could get in Australia. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, driving sustainable innovation, green jobs, supporting businesses, and they're positioning Singapore as a hub for green finance and technology. And if you're not sure what green finance is, it's when you're investing in like ethical investments that could be reforestation, but not just reforestation with, say, pine, but reforestation with species they're trying to revegetate or rewild an area, et cetera, et cetera. So when they talk about green finance and technology, that's the sort of stuff they're wanting to invest in. Apparently, there is a fund overseas. I was watching a movie, I think it was in the Melbourne International Film Festival a year ago or a couple of years ago. It was a documentary. It was a climate change documentary. And they were saying, I'm sure they said it was something multi-trillion in an ethical investment fund in Europe somewhere. But but they're trying to work out where they're going to invest. So anyway, I'll crack on with this because we're getting a bit late. But it's all about strengthening food security and sustainable resource management. As I said, carbon emission for 2030 is emissions to 60 million tons of CO2, reduce emissions to 60 million tons of CO2 equivalent by 2030 with a long-term goal of net zero by 2050. That is the net zero challenge 2050 around the world by the UN, I believe. Renewable energy deployed 2 gigawatts solar energy. We just talked about that. We talked about green spaces. Sustainable transport. Green buildings have 80% of buildings certified as green by 2030. It's interesting because up there it says 50% of buildings green certified. So that's conflicting information, which is interesting. I have to find this link anyway. Implementation, collaboration. The plan is led by the multiple government agencies, the Ministry of Sustainability, Environment, National Parks Board, and PPAs. The plan is updated regularly to reflect new challenges. Why it matters, because it's tiny, it's a scarce nation, and it's great. It's making sustainability a national priority. It aligns global sustainability goals with the UN goals and addressing the local priorities of food security and energy resilience and urban biodiversity. So it's it's fantastic what they're doing over there. Really, really good.
Yeah.
And as usual, the links will be in the show notes. So
Excellent. Thank you for that. I'm going to chat about the trajectory of EV sales and hybrid sales as well. As we know, this year's been pretty rough for anyone who's using petrol for vehicles. Thanks to that war that the US have started with Iran and with the Strait of Hormuz, and that's become very famous. We're not going to forget that anytime soon.
No, we didn't even know that existed.
Exactly right. So
people speak about it like they're a scholar.
Yeah, exactly. Like we've known about it forever. So in Australia this year alone, the first half of this year, more EVs have been sold than all of 2025, with 103,855 EVs sold compared to last year, which was 103,269 for the whole year. So quite incredible that it's doubled in that time frame. EVs now make up nearly a quarter of all car sales. Exactly right.
That's nuts. I can't believe that.
Isn't it? So EVs are now making up 23.4% of all vehicle sales compared to 10.3% in June of 2025. The sale of
nearly a quarter of all sales of cars at the moment in Australia is an EV.
Is an EV, thanks to this war.
Wow.
Yeah, amazing.
Wow.
Plug-in hybrids have also improved year on year. They went from 53,249 last year in the first 6 months to 54,121, so slightly more compared to last year.
Yeah.
An increase of 4.8%. And they plug-ins make up almost 12% sales in car sales at the moment.
So those plug-ins, are they they're hybrids? You talk about hybrids?
Hybrids, correct.
Okay, so are they part of the 25% when you're talking EV?
No.
All right,
no,
so
EVs are pure.
So nearly
pure
25% EV and then 12% of plug-in on top of that.
Correct.
Jesus, wow. So
So
nearly a
getting
third of
close
the
to half.
market.
Yeah.
Jesus, wow.
I can't see in this article is the other EV, what do they call it? Is it passive EV? Where it uses regenerative braking power to give you to move the electric motor.
I thought that's what EVs did.
No, so there's two types. There's the plug-in, where some of them may have some regenerative power when you brake, but most of them you charge up the battery at home. So it uses a similar system to your EVs. And then you've got your other passive ones where there is no plug-in. It still runs off petrol. But as you drive it, they become very economical in the city because it uses the electric motor to take off and slow down when you're braking. So that way your fuel efficiencies are quite low. Once you get out on the highway with the passive EVs, maybe the plug-ins, they become less economical, still quite economical compared to a bigger car, but because they're using the engine, the petrol engine, the ICE, internal combustion engine, it uses petrol rather than electric motor. So that's when your fuel economy goes up on the highways. But in the city, EVs are great in that respect.
What were the figures that you had, including hybrids? What was the percentage you got on that?
Yeah, so just plug-in hybrids is 11.5% of all sales.
Right.
And EVs are 23.4. So what's that? 30.
And that's up until
35%. June of this year. So a couple of months ago. So pretty incredible. So the 4.8% was, I didn't know that. No, compared with. No, the 4.8% was last year's in June compared to this year in June. So plug-in hybrids last year only accounted for 4.8%. This year, 11.5%. So that doubled in sales as well. So the data they got their story from, or their information from, was from BFAX and the Electric Vehicle Council.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
So maybe the petrol prices have skyrocketed and been consistently high.
Yeah.
People are now turning towards or moving away from petrol vehicles. Obviously, EVs eliminates petrol. The downside for me as a renter, EVs are hard because we don't have the ability to install all those expensive at all during the day. You can plug them into your regular what do they call it? Is it two-phase power? Which is what we get in the household electricity, like in your wall plugs. That can take, I think, 16, 17 hours to...
Oh, wow. Holy shit, that long. Wow.
Yeah.
What about the infrastructure that's meant to be built for this stuff that is, the public infrastructure that you should be able to go out? And
definitely a lot more out there now. You definitely see them in shopping centres, seeing at universities around here, at least the ones that I've walked through in the past. Yeah, they've got them. Yeah, you're starting to see them all over. So, and there's apps that tell you exactly where they are and how much they charge and things like that, as in money wise.
Yeah. Well, I mean, price wise, they're not expensive, are they? Even the public.
I think so. Not compared to petrol.
No. Well, I think petrol's $2 plus at the moment.
Yeah, at the moment, $2.10, $2.20 even some places.
You've been looking at hybrids yourself, though, haven't you?
Yeah, if I was to buy a car, it would definitely be a hybrid and not the plug-in type. Because again, it just takes too long to charge through normal electricity.
Right. Did you have any more information on the EVs? Was there anything you hadn't got through yet?
No, that's it. That's all. It was just the increase in sales as a result of all the price increases in petrol because of the war. It was quite interesting that, according to this article, it's doubled compared to last year.
Do you know if the discount or the rebate is still there for people that are buying EVs?
That I don't know. I've got a feeling they've been wound back over the last few years.
Yeah, me too. I do too. And I'm like, Jesus, aren't you trying to, incentivize people to get off fossil fuels? Like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, makes no sense.
No sense at all, my friend. No sense at all. But that is not like our show. It made a lot of sense. There was some real structure to it. And tonight we spoke about the solar eclipse. If you're anywhere in Europe tomorrow, don't look up, but see if you can get a glimpse of your solar eclipse. It only happened 11 years ago, so it was a long time. Look out for Elle Cordova in Instagram. She's a cracker. And found about some interesting things happening on this day in history. Happy birthday, Chris Hemsworth, and obviously Varley, Robin Williams, and who was the other?
Anne Hesh.
Yes, Anne Hesh as well on this day. And then as we have just wrapped up the show with Singapore's green plan for 2030, and as Wency has just been talking about where the EVs are and how many people are buying them, etc. in Australia. So with that, where can they find us, Wency?
They can find us on YouTube, The New Blurt, Facebook, Blurtstar, Instagram, Blurtstar, Threads, Blurtstar, Spoutable, The New Blurt, and Blue Sky is on thenewblurt.bsky.social.
Just too good at this now. It's just ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's easy now.
As always, my friend, lovely to see you. See you next week. Thank you for listening. We will see you next week. Catch you later. Be kind to people.
Until next time, have a good one. Bye.
The New Blurt is brought to you by Wency and Kexter, usually on a Tuesday evening. You can catch us on all the socials, as they say, the Blurt YouTube channel. We have a Twitter Blurt handle, and there is a Blurtstar Facebook page as well. So, if you're interested in getting in touch, it's blurtstar@gmail.com, and we will get back to you as soon as we can if you've got any questions. Until next week, there'll be another feed coming at you.
Has been a Get Off the Grass production. It's brought to you by Wency and Kexter.